Lakes and streams loaded with adventure, scenic views that will take your breath away, biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Wow, what a gorgeous day. Got in the did it get in the 80s today, B?
It did. It got close to 90.
You bagged another turkey?
Well, I bagged my first one since 2001, hunting with J.D. Neely, who's chairman of the Game and Fish Commission. He's got a couple of months left on his term, and went down to visit with him about getting his recollections of his 7 years on the commission and talk about some things coming up. And we managed to squeeze in a turkey hunt in the middle of all that, and both of us got one, within a couple of minutes of each other. So it was fantastic.
I did notice you lost your razor, so.
I did lose my razor, right?
All right. Our first guest is no stranger to us or to people in the state of Arkansas, Steve Harrison, who is the CEO of Visit Hot Springs. I've had a friendship with Steve for many years. You have also, and he's done so much over there. You've had so many major fishing events, and I know you got a big one coming up, Steve-O.
Yeah, we've got a couple coming up. I mean, it's just right around the corner is going to be the BFL All-American, which is, the seventh time I think we've hosted it. It's it'll be here May 29th through the 31st on Lake Hamilton, so we're really excited about that. We got the big Memorial Day holiday and then a big fishing tournament right after.
Have you ever just sat back, and I know, did you announce your retirement here recently?
Yeah, I did. It's interesting, Ray. I just came from a commission meeting. I rushed home to to call you guys, and they've asked me to stay another year, so I will be there through the end of 26.
That's the best news I've heard today.
Yeah,
so,
we do like that. We don't want to have
tell my wife you like it, okay?
We love it. We don't have to. We don't want to have to break in a new one.
You tell Jackie I said it's okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be here through the end of next year, which is really good because next year, we're hosting the Black Bass World Championship, which will bring over 35 international countries into Hot Springs in September, late September, early October, to fish for the World Championship. And boy, that's going to be great. Kevin Van Dam is the captain of the U.S. team. Charlie Evans, who we all know, used to be with FLW, and he's involved in it. Johnny Morris and Buffalo Outdoor Center, they've come on as a big sponsor for USA Bass. So we're really excited about that because we really need bass fishing to be an Olympic sport, and that's what this is all about. So hopefully we'll get it done this year.
So look back when you first started this and you got into Hot Springs. How did you start attracting these fishing tournaments?
Actually, I was lucky. Ray, I was in Pine Bluff for about 6 years before I came up here.
That's where I met
you. And when I got there, all they talked about was Rick Clunn and all the bass he caught in the Bassmaster Classic on the Arkansas River there. And that was a long time ago. So it was fairly easy for me the year I got in there, and several years later, we made a goal to bring in one national fishing tournament a year. And so we were lucky, and we developed those relationships with the Jerry McGinnises, the Charlie Evans, the Kathy Fennell. And so, you just develop relationships over the years, sort of like what you guys do. And so I've been lucky. I think I've been here 27. This is my 27th year, 6 years there. And I think we brought in, 28 national fishing tournaments in those years. And it wasn't me bringing them in. It's Pine Bluff wanted them. Because, it takes a lot of people to put on one of these events. And they know fishing in Pine Bluff, love it, so we did it there. And then when I got here, it was just a natural thing to let's do some major fishing tournaments here. They never had any. And so all those contacts I made in Pine Bluff called them up, and they came, and we've been running with it ever since. And I think the World Championship fishing event is just going to be an awesome event for us. And in the state of Arkansas is helping us with not only the World Championship, but with the All-American coming up here in 3 or 4 weeks.
Steve, let's you talk about the 28 championships. Let's talk about some of the memories that came from those. When one of the ones that really stands out to me is George Cochran winning just that electric filled event in 2005, the FLW Championship, and then Scott Suggs, winning the first ever $1 million prize in a bass tournament there at Lake Ouachita. Scott Martin winning the BFL All-American. Just go on and on. What of those really stands out to you as far as a memory?
I think all those were great, but I think the first one was the Red Man All-American, which we had in Pine Bluff. The local fisherman, Stephen Browning, who never, people in town knew Stephen Browning, but he really hadn't made his mark in professional fishing. And he came in on the final day. We had over 8,000 people packed in there. They had an eagle fly around beforehand and land on the announcer's arm. And Stephen's mother had just passed away not too long before, so it was a very emotional crowd. And he came in at the end and won the thing. It about tore the roof off the Pine Bluff Convention Center. But and it's sort of interesting, everything full circle. Welcome to Arkansas, right? I'm in Hot Springs now, and Stephen Browning is a great professional fisherman, and he lives here, and his wife has a very successful realty business. So, yeah, that was my best deal. It was like all the hair on your arms stood up. Everybody just couldn't believe it, that the local boy won in honor of his mother. And, the whole place was cheering and crying at the same time.
When you all built the new Hot Springs Convention Center, did that help all of this take off too?
Oh, yeah. We had the All-American before we built the arena the year before. So we did it in the exhibit hall. And Charlie Evans was the head of FLW at that time. He got up on the stage and said, if you guys vote for this arena deal that they're trying to get you to vote for, we will bring this tournament back. And I think it really helped us get it through. And then we built Summit Arena, and we've done a bunch of tournaments since then.
Was there a point where where the lights came on for you to think, there is a market and a marketability factor for the community in bass fishing that you could take, to Hot Springs and really turn that into really the capital of professional bass fishing in a lot of ways?
You have to look at it. A lot of people, you just look at it and say, well, if you're going to spend $30,000 for this tournament or do that, what do you get for it? But the amount of publicity that it brings to our lakes, the amount of pre-fishing, the amount of people that follow that, and then they say, oh, hey, let's go next time. Well, why don't we go to Arkansas? And it not only helps Hot Springs, it helps all the lakes in our state. Anytime there's a pro tournament in Arkansas, it just highlights all of us. But gosh, you talked about Scott Suggs, first fisherman to ever win $1 million first prize. I walk out in front of the Summit Arena at that time, which is now Bank OZK Arena. I run into a reporter for the New York Times. He's there writing an article about Hot Springs, Arkansas, and the sport of bass fishing. How many anglers read that and said, hey, next vacation, let's go down there, guys. Let's fish Arkansas. So there's a lot of benefits to it. It sure beats paying $20,000 for an ad in some magazine somewhere.
What we got about a minute before we take a break here, but sure. This International Bass Fishing Championship, what impact do you expect that to have on the sport?
I think that this will be the event, and I really believe this, especially with Johnny Morris and his companies coming on. I really think this will be the event that makes bass fishing a sport in the Olympics the next time around.
Well, it's saying a lot, and that'd be international coverage for Visit Hot Springs, and for the lakes, for the resources and everything else. And I just think it's going to be a fantastic event for you all.
I really think we've got a chance of that happening. So keep your fingers crossed. Can you imagine if we get lucky and can announce that bass fishing is part of the Olympics and announce it from a stage in Arkansas?
We have not talked about the economic impact of all this. We will when we come back with more Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, visiting with Steve Arison, CEO of Visit Hot Springs.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in Central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Congratulations to Henry O'Keefe of Little Rock Christian and Yin-Yo Yang of Conway for being named the All-Arkansas Preps Outstanding Players of the Year in Golf as chosen by the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. They are among the 400 Arkansas high school athletes who will be honored at the All-Arkansas Preps Awards Banquet on Saturday, June 14th, sponsored by CHI St. Vincent. The event is emceed by Steve Sullivan with special guest David Basil and linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, Demario Davis. To find out more about the athletes selected or to purchase tickets to the event, visit allarkansaspreps.com.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you live from our Honda of North Little Rock studios here at 103.7 The Buzz. We're here Monday nights from 7 to 8 o'clock up until November when basketball starts, but that's a long, long way off. Visiting with Steve Arison, who is the CEO of Visit Hot Springs, talking about these major fishing tournaments. Got two major events coming up. I made mention a moment ago before we went to break, talking about, I know when you talk to your board and those folks, one of the things, big thing, was the economic impact fishing has.
Well, gosh, Ray, if you look at it, it's like the MLF All-American that we have coming up that I was talking about. I mean, that's 49 boaters, 49 co-anglers. So you've got like 100 people there, not counting all the staff, not counting the publicity. They have their own daily TV coverage. They have independent coverage. And then this year, the CBS Sports Network is doing an hour-long special about the All-American. Just you add that up, but just look at the room nights in hotels, look at the food, look at the anglers, the gas they're buying for their boats. I mean, you just got to add all of it up and look at it and see if it makes sense. And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, we can't buy the kind of free publicity that we get from bringing these huge fishing tournaments, these big, not only huge as far as people, but the amount of coverage that they get, the amount of people that pay attention to it. Because like this the All-American is like 25,000 anglers started out trying to get to this point in the All-American, so they're all paying attention to it. And if they make it, their families come, their relatives come, everybody comes. I mean, it's a big deal. You just got to add up all the pieces. And then if you present it to a commission, which I do, and I've been very fortunate, Pine Bluff understands fishing. We have the volunteers there to help. Same thing in Hot Springs. When I first got here, you're going to bring fishing tournament here? We'd love to have a fishing tournament. I mean, and the Game and Fish, Arkansas Game and Fish, gosh, they do a great job helping us with, getting the fish, getting them back in the lakes, their ramps, using the fish hatchery here. It's just, it's a team effort for Arkansas, and I think it's really paid dividends for us. Obviously, if we're going to have the World Championships here in 2026, it's paid some really big dividends for us.
I should know this, but do either one of these events have a live weigh-in where fans are involved?
The World Championships in 26 will be like the old FLW Forest Wood Cup Championships. There'll be a concert. There'll be the trade show. There'll be the live weigh-in where they come in on the boat. Do you remember those days in fishing?
Oh, yes.
Those were the good old days, and hopefully they're coming back with this tournament, because to me that's what fishing is all about. The live weigh-in in front of the cheering crowd, which we saw when George Cochran won. We saw when Stephen Browning won. We saw it when that $1 million check was given to Sky. It's just, that's the way it should be, and that's what this tournament is going to be. Now, the All-American coming up here in a couple weeks, the weigh-in will be at the lake, at the Andrew J. Hulsey Fish Hatchery. It'll be right there. It'll be a live weigh-in, but it's not coming back to be held in the arena. The World Championship will be an arena weigh-in where Coach Kevin Van Dam and his team of the best anglers in the United States will bring their catch in and hopefully win another World Championship.
I believe at the last All-American, didn't that coincide with the Bridge Street party too?
Yeah, we did a special. That was for the Pan American. We did the Pan American Championships.
Yeah.
And we did a special Bridge Street and introduced the teams, and they came across the stage with their flag. All that'll happen with a major concert inside for the World Championships in 26.
Do we know who that's going to be?
Free concert. I have no clue, but, in Charlie Evans, it'll be a big name.
Yeah, they usually do. And, that's one thing is that you've been able to not just to spotlight the fishing and the hotels and all that, but all the other things that are in Hot Springs, people get a taste of that while they're there. And, it's like you get a double or a triple hit.
Oh, yeah, it's a great event. It's an event for your citizens. I mean, it's a free event. Everybody likes to go through and get samples and visit with Jimmy Houston and get his autograph and a picture and then watch. Shoot, we've had Justin Moore, Trace Adkins. Gosh, think of all the Tracy Bird. We've had some big concerts over the years, all free. And then at the weigh-ins, we give away a bass boat. How do you beat that for free?
Jimmy Houston told me one of the best football jokes ever there one time when he said that
keep it clean.
He said Bob Stoops does not eat cereal out of a bowl because he loses it when he gets in a bowl.
Oh, ooh.
Big Oklahoma fan too. What
can't take him anywhere?
Yeah. What? We got about a minute to go, but what?
We don't have that. Yeah.
We don't.
Maybe one.
Maybe one. Okay. So what are the
maybe one? Y'all come see us Memorial Day. We have fireworks over the lake on the Friday.
Yeah.
All sorts of things coming down. Come visit us in Hot Springs.
Yeah, I will say that 4th of July on Lake Hamilton is something you should experience. Memorial Day too. It's just a fantastic.
Yeah, the fireworks over the lake in the water. It's just incredible. You've got to come Friday, and then Saturday is the rain day in case we have bad weather. We never had bad weather in Hot Springs.
Steve, you're a wonderful friend, a great guest on our show. You're welcome anytime. We may talk to you again before the big international tournament.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great week.
All right, you have a great week, rest of the week.
Bye.
One of the great guys in promotions, one of the great guys in the fishing industry, I believe that he has been inducted to the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame for all of the things that he's done. Isn't that right, Ray?
I think so.
I think that's coming up.
All right, we'll take a pause. When we come back, we're going to visit with the folks from the Saline County Home Builders Association about a big shootout they got coming up.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Spring has sprung in Arkansas, and the truck inventory at Gwatney Buick GMC is in full bloom. Now's the time to upgrade your trade, because the value of your current ride has sprung forward, and Gwatney's prices have rolled back during April's daylight savings. Trade up to a new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab and save up to $13,500 off MSRP. Call 945-4444. These daylight savings aren't permanent. The time to act is now. Kick your current high rates to the curb and get a 2025 GMC Sierra as low as 0.9%. Right now, let Gwatney Buick GMC lower your truck payment with new GMC Sierras starting at just $479 a month. So set your watch to save during Gwatney Buick GMC's Daylight Savings. 5700 Landers Road next to Sam's in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock number 30976-31020. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require qualifying trade.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and Mother's Day is here. How about the Mellow Mama? $100 will get you a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial. Or you can do the Mom's Retreat. For $125, you get a 60-minute massage, 30-minute facial, and 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Double that for the Mom and Me. 2 massages, 2 facials, and 2 sauna sessions. And you can both be mellow. Visit us at avabelladayspa.com and click on gift certificates. Happy Mother's Day from Ava Bella Day Spa.
One day, one chance to win a dream vacation. Get blood with Our Blood Institute on Saturday, May 3rd at any mobile blood drive or donor center near you, and you could win a getaway valued up to $2,000 from Dream Vacations. One lucky donor will win, but every donor will receive a free t-shirt and a Magic Springs ticket. Donate blood on Saturday, May 3rd. Reserve your appointment now at obi.org/events.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
One of my favorite times is to visit with Neil Atkinson from the Saracen Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Excuse my voice, I've got sinus stuff going on. I'm going back to the doctor tomorrow for the second time. Neil joins us now, and you got everything in the world going on: NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, NHL playoffs, college baseball. By the way, speaking of college baseball, the Razorback game against Missouri State, it's already been canceled. They had a 100% chance of rain in Springfield, so no middle of the game week for the Hogs this week. Neil?
Well, Ray, you just about got it. The only thing I could talk about, I think you did. I was going to do some talking for you and help you out on the voice just a little bit, but
I didn't mean to steal your thunder. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Oh no, you did. You did as well as I could do, if not better. But anyway, right now, the NBA playoffs, Miami looks like they are going to get swept. There is 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and they are losing 63-23 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that game went off at 8. Right now, if you wanted to bet that game, we can't even figure out what line to put on it right now. But it was about 29 a few minutes ago. So, yeah, you've got that going on. Then you got an important game tonight with the Rockets and the Warriors as their nightcap. Golden State is favored by 3.5. And, of course, Major League Baseball full swing tonight. 5 games in play. You can bet it in play. Game of note, looks like the Baltimore Orioles are beating the Yankees 4-0 in the middle of the 6th.
Well, Rick will be happy and Randy won't be happy.
Oh, yeah, we'll have some fun with that one tomorrow.
All right,
so,
big SEC series. Texas comes to Arkansas this weekend. Be real interesting when those lines come out, what they're going to be.
Oh, I'll have to see when that is going to come out. It was a very, very tough weekend in the SEC. Arkansas dropped 2 to Florida. Tennessee dropped 2 to LSU. A few little upsets. That just shows you how stacked the SEC is. Those lines right there will not come out until probably the evening before the first game, and hopefully on Thursday we get this weather out of here.
Neil, my good friend, always a pleasure. And folks, download the app, betsaracen.com.
Good luck, everybody.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're visiting now with Amy Ward of the Saline Builders Association. We have Chris Diaz, also with the Saline Home Builders and People's Bank, and Corey Moore, owner of Smoking Chips Clay Shooting Park in Hot Springs. And we have Saline County Home Builders has got an event coming up that we all look forward to.
I want to straighten one thing out. Amy's the boss here, okay?
Amy is the boss.
Thank you, Ray. Can you hear me?
Nope. You're going to have to share that microphone right there.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that.
We're going to have to do the John Lennon, Paul McCartney thing. Y'all are going to be on one mic there.
Okay. How about now? Okay.
Get close.
Thank you so much for having us today, Ray. We're so excited to have our 3rd annual Saline Home Builders Sporting Clay Shooting Tournament.
And that y'all have, it's the 3rd annual, and y'all have what do the proceeds of this go to?
Well, it goes to, it's one of our annual fundraisers, but most of the proceeds benefit the area schools shop programs, Saline County schools.
So y'all buy equipment for them, or what?
We give a donation directly to their shop programs to help with any kind of, excuse me, I've got allergies too, any kind of supplies they might need, equipment, things that aren't covered maybe by the school directly, just to help them out.
How many teams will be in this?
Well, we have 18 confirmed so far this year. We're hoping to fill up. We're hoping to get to 26. So there's still a few spots left.
And it's $500 for a team of 5.
Yes,
or
5-person team.
Can people enter individually and compete that way?
They can't compete individually, but we can set them up with a team. If they need a team, we can place them with a team.
So an individual can enter for $100.
Yes.
And then there's you can enter a pot for some other stuff too, right?
Yes, we're going to have a side game this year, Hunter's Game. It's going to be really fun. I'll let Corey maybe tell you guys a little bit more about that in detail. But that also includes all your previews when you go up to shoot. You can see as many, you can see the previews before you shoot, so you can see what's happening. There's a lot going on there. They've got a lot of different targets coming out everywhere, up, down, sideways, everywhere. So
look out for the rabbit.
Yes, look out for that rabbit.
I was going to say there should be a prize for who misses the most rabbits.
Hey, there you go. That's an idea.
Yeah, that would.
I'd be a shoe-in.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Ray, go ahead, Ray. You're very proud of this distinction.
The year that I was invited with you guys, Rusty Pruitt invited us, and I had the distinction of finishing last out of the entire field, and I was very proud of that.
You left with a good prize.
Yeah,
I did.
He left with a
Coach
really
of
good
sunglasses,
prize.
yeah.
Ray's famous.
So
yeah.
You know, Corey Moore, you got everybody gets excited when there's a new Sporting Clays course that opens up, and tell us about yours.
Well, we opened up last June, and first off, I want to say thanks a lot for having me on here. As a new business, this is a huge opportunity, and I really appreciate it. And thanks, Amy, for inviting me. We've been open for 10 months, and it's been going good. It's gradual. It takes a little while to get a new business started. And quite frankly, it's kind of a new sport. While we have had we do have Sporting Clays courses in Arkansas. It's still relatively new compared to the trap and skeet market. So we're trying to get a lot of the hunters to come out and try the Sporting Clays. It's really great practice for ducks, dove, quail, whatever you bird hunt. It's going to be great practice for it. And we have a really nice small 12-station course. But it's really like two courses because we have 4 clay throwers at each one of the 12 stations. And the little hunter game that she was talking about, we call it Hunter Clays. It's an automated box that we set up where shooter gets into the station, presses a button, and a 10-target game starts where you have 8.5 seconds to shoot and reload between 5 different pairs. And you don't know what you're going to get, but the shooters all get the same targets. They just get them thrown in random orders, and it's really exciting. It's new, and we're the only ones that do it. We built the boxes for it, so it's pretty cool.
So you're having to cram shells into your gun while you're waiting for.
Yes,
oh my gosh!
Yes.
Where are you located?
We are on 451 10 Mile Road in Hot Springs, and that's off of Mill Creek. It's really easy now. If you're coming from Hot Springs, you just take the bypass on the Highway 5 over the beautiful scenic road, and it drops you off at the first exit, which is Mill Creek. We're actually right across the street from Mountain Valley Sportsmen's Association, who've been quite a staple as far as the outdoor world goes. They've got rifle, pistol, cowboy shooting, trap and skeets, and they're just getting ready to put in an 800-yard rifle range, which is really cool. But we're across the street from them.
Are you eligible to win the big prize?
No, I can't win prizes at my own tournaments.
Good thing Brian doesn't own the place.
Yeah, so a man that shoots a Perazzi knows his way around a Sporting Clays course. What kind of research or design did you put into designing the course?
Well, I know a little bit about it because we actually own a very similar size range in Southern California called More and More Sporting Clays. And my father and I have worked together on that for the last 35 years. But as far as we really had nothing. All we knew was this was a big, huge field full of trees, which in California, I had no idea there were so many trees on Earth as in this state. So when we made the deal with the people at NBSA to lease the land from them, they assured me there's plenty of people in Arkansas that can cut trees down. And we just went on Google Earth and started plotting a place around. We got very lucky with the layout. It's rolling hills kind of terrain, and but we didn't know what we were getting into really, but we lucked out. So it turned out to be a really beautiful layout once it was done.
You got a logo on your hat that says Smoke Chips.
Yep.
Is that the name of your business?
Yes, it is. Smoke and Chips Clay Shooting Park.
All right, where'd the name Smoke and Chips come from? When you burn the trees? Or?
It's a funny story. When you break a clay target, you either smoke it or you chip it, right? And
now you made me feel stupid. Okay,
that's okay.
It's not hard to do.
It's okay. My mom actually, in the 1990s, when we used to handwrite our newsletters for the club in California, that was the name of her newsletter. So we sat around for days and days trying to figure out what to call this place. And I said, let's just call it Smoke and Chips because that was a neat name for the newsletter.
I tell you what, there's nothing like a good Sporting Clays course, and the shotgunners in this area get really, really excited when a new one opens up. And I have a suspicion that once the word gets out about yours, it's going to be very popular. And really looking forward to being at this event for that. What are the long-term plans? We're going to a break here in a little bit, but what are the long-term plans for the event?
Yeah, I'd say we're going to continue doing it. This is the third annual. As Amy mentioned, we do take the proceeds and help try to give back to the schools. We've grown the event each year, teams adding 2 to 4 teams per year, and this year hoping for 26. And so we do hope to make this annual event, with this being the third annual, and trying to continue on from there.
All right, quickly have us sign up.
How do you sign up? You reach out to Amy Ward.
Contact me at CelineHBA@gmail.com, and I will email you a registration form.
Right.
There's the music. We'll take a break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you live from our Honda North Little Rock studios. Stay with us.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state, or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for 50 homeowners to participate in our Spring into Savings event. The first 50 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including a revolutionary new laser etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. The first 50 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts, receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. That's right, the first 50 homeowners to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH receive these special savings. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and a 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. The first 50 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray.
I want you to know something. Some of this music we use for our show, they use on the NFL draft. And you laughed at me when I chose the music. Go ahead.
No, man, the music's great. I associate it more with this show than I do the NBA draft or whatever it is.
The NFL draft.
NFL
Okay.
draft.
And we're not talking about the NFL draft.
So we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're visiting with a longtime friend of mine, Rob Newell of Tallahassee, Florida. He has written a new book that's, I tell you what, if you're into tournament bass fishing, especially the recent history of it going back at least 20 years, Rob has been there. He's covered it, as well as anybody, probably better than most. And he has written a new book called Rob Newell. Tell us the title of your book.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing this evening?
We're doing well. It's good to talk to you.
Good. That sounds good. Yeah, Brian, the name of the book is Egos, Logos, and Fishing Pros. And,
P-R-O-S-E.
P-R-O-S-E for the writers and readers out there that enjoy pros. I wrote it last year. I took a year off of my normal duties and spent most of the year of 2024 writing the book, just going through. It's basically a memoir of my 30 years of covering the sport of professional bass fishing. It gets all the way back into maybe the late 80s and follows the sport out of that time period through the 90s and into the 2000s, and then kind of how we have arrived at where we are now in this crazy sport that some people call a sport, others call it a hobby. Some days I'm still unclear as to where we really are. But for me, especially in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was certainly to me a professional sport at that point in time.
Well, I mentioned it to you last night. We have been on site together in a lot of Forest Wood Cups, FLW championships, things like that. And you and I never really got to visit that much because you were just always with your nose to the grindstone, working, cranking out copy, interviewing people, recording interviews and videos and stuff like that. I never saw anybody in sports journalism work as hard as you do.
Yeah, I was just always kind of trying to stay one step ahead of the program. As you found out, Brian, in covering some of those events, sometimes you get behind in the media room, and as we were discussing last night, the person that you're waiting on or thought would come back doesn't, and it kind of throws your whole time off. And over the years, early on, I learned that the sooner you can talk to somebody when they get off the water, and get a few notes from them. And, Brian, we covered a lot of those tournaments back in that time. We didn't know, these days we have real-time scoring.
Right.
We know exactly who we need to talk to, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon while they're still out on the water. But back then, there was no real-time scoring, so you had to basically, to capture your top five, that's usually who I was responsible for reporting on, you had to interview sometimes as many as 10 or 15 people to make sure you got the five. And I just, through a lot of, process of trial and error, I figured out that it was far more efficient to run those guys down as quick as you can and as early as you can. I look back on it, a lot of those times I was, I was working ahead, but at the same time overworking, especially when you look at today's times when, you can get to the weigh-in late if you want to, because you know exactly who you need to interview. And if they're in late flights, then you don't need to get there that quick. But, yeah, certainly a great time. I followed the sport as it's morphed through. I started as a pen and notebook writer, on a computer, and it actually started my career in photography with slide photography, slide film. Of course, went to digital. The internet blew up real big. I was of great value at that time in terms of getting stories turned around quick, getting photos turned around quick. And then we, as things morphed, we got more into video. I got on that end of it. My wife helped me for a few years out there on the pro tour, interview pros as they came off the water, so you could get stand-up interviews with them and maybe run a little B-roll from their on the water. I'd go out on the water and get a little B-roll of them out there, and just to kind of put together a picture of what these guys were doing. Because, Brian, as the sport in the early days, you just send these gladiators out on the water, and you really don't know what happens. And then they get back, and and of course now we've evolved into live streaming and live coverage, almost to the point of too much live coverage. We know what every angler's doing at any given time, and it's great for telling the story. It's been great for certainly bringing more anglers into the sport, that's for sure.
All right, we're talking with Rob Newell, author of Egos, Logos, and Fishing Pros, Prose. And I wasn't sure what to expect when I first opened this book, but it's a very comprehensive history of a lot of things. And the thing that's really prescient about it is the sport is going in a direction that you predicted that it would go quite a long time ago.
Yeah, it's just, it's a sport that has survived. It survived a global recession, but when it came out of the other side of that, before the global recession, there was basically two. And I wanted to go back and tell the history of the sport, because a lot of people look at professional anglers and all their patches and all the logos on their boats and these fancy boat wraps and everything, and they think all these guys make millions of dollars, and they think these patches on their shirts and stuff are worth $50,000, $100,000 a piece, and they win all this prize money, and certainly that sort of, that came from an era of what I call the golden age or the golden era of the sport. And it basically came from a period of time from somewhere roughly about 2000 to 2010. Bass was bought by ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, and the FLW Tour landed Walmart as their title sponsor, which was the leading retailer in all of the world. So you had two of the biggest entities on this earth pouring money into a sport for a decade, roughly 10 years. And it really made it a very lucrative sport for a lot of anglers. There were a lot of anglers that made a really good living bass fishing. The sponsorships were very high. Guys would actually get, these days, guys pretty much buy their boats at some kind of discount. Back then, you got free boats. If you were a good enough pro, you got a free boat and motor to use for a year. Some of these team deals that these guys landed, and included a boat to use for a year, a truck to use for a year, entry fees comped, more title deals on top of that. Some of these deals would add up to $150,000, $200,000 before a guy made a cast. That didn't even include his prize money, and so.
Hey, Rob, we're going to take a little break here. We've got a hard break coming up. Stay with us, and we'll be back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
All right.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Spring has sprung in Arkansas, and the truck inventory at Gwatney Buick GMC is in full bloom. Now's the time to upgrade your trade, because the value of your current ride has sprung forward, and Gwatney's prices have rolled back during April's Daylight Savings. Trade up to a new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab and save up to $13,500 off MSRP. Call 945-4444. These Daylight Savings aren't permanent. The time to act is now. Kick your current high rates to the curb and get a 2025 GMC Sierra as low as 0.9%. Right now, let Gwatney Buick GMC lower your truck payment with new GMC Sierras starting at just $479 a month. So set your watch to save during Gwatney Buick GMC's Daylight Savings. 5700 Landers Road next to Sam's in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock number 30976 31020. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require qualifying trade.
Your phone always has plenty to say. But at Arkansas State Parks, the best connections don't need Wi-Fi. Just a campfire, a trail, or a canoe. The greatest memories are the ones you make outside. So go ahead, unplug, and unwind with the people you care about most. Pick your park and plan your adventure at ArkansasStateParks.com. Because moments to remember happen here.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back. We're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're visiting with Rob Newell, one of the most accomplished fishing journalists in the country. He's been covering BASS, FLW, Major League Fishing, all of them for 30 years or more. And he's got a new book out called Egos, Logos, and Fishing Pros. And we were talking about this last night a little bit, that, you know, where did these big major corporations missed the boat? They were not able to, you know, get fishing in the forefront of the sports world like they hoped that they would. Where did they blow it?
I think they did a pretty good job of it going into, you know, sort of that it really hit its peak. To me, the peak of the sport was about, I call the year 2007. That's when everything was at a frenzied height. Mm-hmm. Paybacks, sponsorships, all those things. That was the year Scott Suggs won the first $1 million. He was the first $1 million winner of a bass tournament out there in Arkansas at Lake Ouachita. And right after that, the recession really kind of hit. It was a delayed reaction in the fishing world. You know, we went on to, in 2008, Michael Bennett won another $1 million at the Forest Wood Cup. And but from that point on, when the global recession really started to take its toll, it affected obviously everybody. I mean, you know, the whole globe, and that included fishing. And you know, a lot of sponsors pulled back. Not only did the big corporate sponsors that were involved with Walmart, the Kellogg's, the Snickers, Castrol's, Fujifilm. There were so many of them. I think at one time they had something like 60 or 65 corporate sponsors, non-endemics, on their sponsor list.
Do you remember when Duracell was a sponsor?
Yes.
I always wanted.
I mean,
you know how they throw stuff from the stage there? I always hoped that the Duracell people would come out and throw D-cell batteries at the crowd.
Yeah,
that's my friend Brian Hendricks.
Yeah.
Shoot them out of that cannon thing that they've got, the T-shirt cannon.
Right, and everybody would be ducking all of a sudden, taking cover. But we just never, after that, after the recession and all the big sponsorships of corporates went away, the non-endemics, some of those, those mom and pops, tackle companies like Smithwick and Cotton Cordell, those tackle companies that had been names in our industry for so long, they started to get bought up, and private equity firms got a hold of them and conglomerated them, and big giant lure companies bought them up and, kind of consolidated all of that. And then what really happened, Brian, at that point in time coming out of the recession was guys that were getting paid, I don't know, let's call it $40,000, $50,000 from a lure company or a rod and reel company. The companies, when they came back, they started offering, instead of $40,000 or $50,000, $5,000 or $10,000 for these same type of level sponsorships. And guys came out of the woodwork to take those deals. I mean, it was unbelievable what guys would promote for, $10,000 as opposed to 30 or 40. And it just, a recession is something where everything that's overvalued, overpriced. It's called a correction for a reason. It gets corrected to its true value.
Right.
And tournament bass fishing got corrected to its true value following the recession. And then after that, all of the big, the ESPN got out of it. They sold bass. Walmart left FLW. And it just never regained its footing after that time. It subsisted at a more mediocre level than it had been, and tried to find its way. The Bass Pro Tour came along and tried to really reignite some things. Their television series, the cups that they had were very popular on the outdoor, on their show there, the cups, and on the Outdoor Channel. And then they tried to kind of follow that up with the Bass Pro Tour, and the Bass Pro Tour, did really well the first couple years, but then it just kind of hit some of the same headwinds that always seems to catch the sport. These cycles, what I call sort of value vortex cycles, that just sort of happen over and over again through the years that keep the sport hamstrung. And that is, things like there's no true definition of what a professional angler is. A PGA, you have a professional golfing pro, and he has to reach certain credentials to get there, and he has a tour card, and
quick, we're coming up to the end, Rob. We're at the end. How do people get hold of your book? How do they buy it, and what does it cost?
It's Egos, Logos, and Fishing Pros. It's available on Amazon.com. It's the easiest way to purchase it. You can purchase it right off of Amazon, and they'll drop ship it to you in a couple days.
All right, been a real pleasure visiting with you, and we hope to have you again, on again sometime in the future, Rob. You're a fascinating source. Always enjoy talking to you. Thank you for joining us on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Bass fishing history lesson there, Beef.
Sure.
You folks have a great week. We'll talk to you again next Monday.